Here we are for one more episode of the Behind the Grind series. I'm basically kind of documenting my playthrough as I get ready for a live stream every Friday in celebration for the countdown to the next Dragon Age game, Veilguard. I
Where
am
are
terrible
we?
at this, but hey, it is what it is. Um, this video is the second half of the Adamant Fortress mission. So
We
we're
were
gonna have
fine
actually some live gameplay because I'm kind
until we
of
landed.
the
No.
fights
The
against the
Inquisitor
dragons
used the
or
mask
boss
to open
battles.
another rift. We
So
fell
the
through.
fight against the Fear
I
Demon
believe
is technically a boss
in
battle.
the Fade.
You'll get a chance to see the new build, and I'll provide some commentary
Doesn't
on
look much different than
what the
last time,
plan
does it?
is for the fight this
Fate
Friday
itself is
against the
reacting to
Hinterlands
my
Dragon
presence
since
much more
I
strongly than
lost.
I've ever seen before.
Couple of things about that
Perhaps it's
loss.
because we're here
And
physically
I guess,
instead of
they
simply
are
visiting in
excuses.
dreams.
I'm
The
explaining to
stories
you
say you
why I
walked out of
lost,
the
which
Fade at
I
Haven.
don't think this is the reason why I lost.
I don't know.
I think I
I
lost
still can't
because
remember
it's
what
been a
happened the
long
last time I
time
did
since I
this.
haven't had the ability
Whatever
to
happened at Haven,
craft
I can't assume we're
armor
safe now. That huge demon was
like
right on
from
the
the
other side
beginning
of
of the
that
game.
rift Aramond was using,
With the
and there
golden
could be
nug,
others.
you kind of get
Oh,
spoiled
this is
because you
shitty.
can,
I'll fight
even
whatever
if
you
you
give me,
can't make
boss. But
the
nobody said
best
nothing about
version
getting
of
dragged
it,
through the ass end
you
of
can
Demon
make
Town.
armor that is
Well, the rift
significantly
the demons
better
came
than
through
anything
was
you'll
nearby,
find
in the main hall.
at that point
Can we
early
escape
in the
the
game
same
in the
way?
first playthrough. So while my character has some decent armor, the armor I
Sounds
would
like our
usually
best
have
option.
Iron Bull wear, the armor I
There,
would usually
let's
have
go.
Vivienne wear, I have not unlocked on this playthrough. And those are like just minor things. But all in all, I think that I didn't really consider that I would kind of be strong enough to take out dragons kind of by default, but that would
Is it
come from
horrid?
being, just kind of thorough in playing the game. And like, I'm not gonna lie to you, one of the only reasons I still really play video games is because it kind of helps with dealing with impatience. So I don't play games for the
By the Flicker.
competitive aspect.
Could that
I
be?
play games
I
because it
refuse
helps me kind of
order.
slow down.
And
So I
you,
play like City
champion,
Skylines 2.
divine
I
Justina,
play Dragon Age,
most holy,
Heck, even playing Helldivers is
Cassandra.
about kind of like taking your time.
Cassandra, you knew
But
the
yeah,
Divine. Is
games
this
that like
really
kind of
her?
rewards you
I
for sort of
I don't know.
taking a breath.
It is
Like I
said the
started playing
souls of the
Conan
dead
Exiles
and
because I
Fate
found
can
that that
sometimes
game
linger, but
sort of
we
encouraged
know
you
the
to sort of
spirits lie.
slow down,
Be wary,
And
I fear
so
the
in
Divine
my
is
normal
indeed
playthrough
dead.
for Dragon
It
Age,
is
I'm
likely we
kind
face
of
a
like
spirit
trying
or a
to
demon.
pump the
you'd think
brakes
my
and
survival was
not go so
possible.
fast.
Yet here you stand
And
alive in
then
the
by
Fade
happenstance,
yourselves.
the first time I
In
decide to go
truth, proving my
and deal with the
existence
dragon,
either
I'm
way would
usually,
require time we do not
far
have.
more powerful than I
Then
need to
simply
be.
tell
I'm
us
never
what
in a
you are.
hurry to fight a
I
dragon.
am here to help
But
you.
in this case,
You
I
do
was kind
not
of in a
remember what
hurry
happened at
to
the
kind of
Temple of
fight the
Sacred
dragon as soon as
Ashik.
A
possible.
real
And that's
Divine would
usually
have no
around
way of
level
knowing that I've
10.
been made Inquisitor.
However,
I know,
I do
because I have
have
examined
a
memories
couple
like
of
yours,
perks
stolen by
or
the demon
trials
that
turned
serves
on.
Corypheus.
And one
It is
of
the
those
nightmare you forget
scales your
upon
opponent.
waking. It feeds
And
off
so there's an
memories of
outside
fear and
chance. I
darkness,
don't think so. There's
like
an
fed
outside
upon the
chance
terror.
that the dragon was a bit tougher. But see, I don't think
The
so.
false
I think a
calling
true
that
test of
terrified
that
the
will be
Wardens
this
into
Friday
making such grave
when my character
mistakes.
will be more powerful
Its work.
and we'll
I would
see
gladly
if
avenge
the
the insult this
dragon
nightmare
is
dealt my brethren.
scaled to
You
be
will have
as
your
tough.
chance,
I mean, it's
brave
very likely
Warden.
that she could be.
This place of darkness,
But
Can you help us get out of the Fade?
that's sort of
that is
like
why I found
one of
you.
the things that
When you
I'm kind
entered
of
the
thinking
Fade at
about
Heaven,
and the
the demon
difficulty
took a
because
part of
like
you.
I you may have heard
Before you
during the
can
actual
anything
live
else, you
broadcast,
must
my
recover
character
it.
had not
These
actually
are your
died.
memories,
It's not set to easy.
Inquisitor.
The game is set to normal with every single enemy is scaling to how powerful I am. That being said, uh, the live stream was the first time my character had any real trouble in the game, which sort of like should have given me pause because I probably would have been more hesitant if I would have run into some trouble during one of the missions and maybe had to like reload from like having a party wipe. I even thought about like doing some dry runs, some test runs to see if I could, how the fight would go. But that just felt cheap, you know. Like I'm doing this live, so pass or fail, let's do it. So that's how we got to this point here. I'm my schedule for keeping these videos going.
To sacrifice.
So sometimes I forget like what I was talking about last time. I remember running out of time, kind of explaining something. What was I talking about last video? I think we were talking about some of the exploits that were available and why I don't really use them. Oh gosh, so many ums. I was explaining that the exploits aren't really necessary, and so I didn't multiply the amount of amulet powers that I had for her. I used the one.
So,
Uh,
your mark did not
there are
come from
moments,
the past.
especially
It
with
came from the
the
orb
power set I
Prometheus
have
used in his
now.
ritual.
I have
Perseus
prestige
intended to rip
classed,
open the veil.
so
Use
you
the
can
anchor
see
to
her
enter the
use the
Fade and throw
mines,
open the door
the
for the
elemental
Black City.
mines, and the other
Not for the old
traps.
gods, but for
I've
himself.
taken on the dual daggers,
When you disrupted his
and I'm
plan,
using
the
some of
orb
the
bestowed
stealth
the anchor upon.
skill
I
tree,
never thought I'd
and
cross
I
age of
think I
this.
have the
I did this
daggers, the
myself,
throwing
through
knives
my actions.
with
No
this
maker required.
build.
And now
So
you may be certain. You
eventually there's like
cannot escape
another
the lair
like
of the nightmare
dagger
until you
attack
regain
on the
all
skill
that it
tree.
took from you.
What I'm thinking
You
about
have recovered
doing
some of
is
yourself,
respecking one more
but now
time
it
before
knows you are
Friday. I
here.
respect
You
once
must make
when I
haste.
switch from archer
I will prepare the
to
way ahead.
double daggers, but I may respect again because I
Something
missed my
troubles you,
uppercut
Monk.
with
Trying to ignore the Grey
the
Warden's
brass
holding the divine
knuckles,
in that vision,
and I
their
don't think I
actions
need the
led to
parry.
her death.
I assumed he had
It's
taken
like
their
it
minds,
seems
as we have seen
useful,
him do before.
and I might
Come,
wish I
we
kept
can
it when
argue
I
after we
switch to the
escape this
different
dark
type of
place.
daggers.
Oh,
But
I intend
I'm
to.
too much of a whirling dervish, and I'm building up like full guard so fast when my fight starts that I just don't have an opportunity to really use the parry very often.
The breach back in Haven. That's how I
I always felt like
escaped.
this is just the weird, like this mountain is a lie. There's no way they climb that damn mountain.
The demon! Keep running! Ah!
Damn spiders.
It was you. They thought it was Andraste sending me from the Fade, but it was the Divine behind me.
There's a lot going
And then
on
you.
in this section of the
She
game,
died.
and you can run through it several times and like miss things. Like I'm pretty
Yes.
sure I'm gonna miss. It's like
This creature is simply a
it's
spirit.
a
For all we know,
crafting
it's
item
working with
that
Corypheus.
makes like
If you
an item
believe that,
basically perfect
strike me down.
masterwork. And I didn't get all of the different little bits and pieces of the quest to grab it as I was leaving. It's one of those things where I usually don't use it on something I'm crafting. I'll just make a shield for Cassandra or something along those lines.
The only thing that's important right now is getting out of the Fade. Whatever you are, you've helped us so far.
What we do know is that the mortal divine perished at the temple, thanks to the Grey Wardens.
As I said,
This
the Grey Wardens
scenario
responsible for that crime
plays
were
out
under the
so
control
many
of
different
Corypheus.
ways. You can
We can
play
discuss
this
this further once we
like
return to
this.
Haven.
I gotta
Which
admit,
is filled
there's
with
so
wardens
many
who made
different
blood sacrifices to
combinations.
raise a demon
It's
army.
it's a different
How
experience
dare you
entirely.
judge
Like
us?
if you bring
You
Cole,
tore
like I
Kirkwall
highly
apart and
recommend bringing
started the
Cole
Mage
on this
Rebellion.
mission. He's
To
from the
protect
Fade.
innocent
It's
mages,
awesome.
not
Solus is
madmen drunk
great
on
to
blood
bring,
magic.
as well
The
as
wardens may have
Cassandra
gone
for
mad,
obvious
or
reasons.
maybe they always were.
Like
Someone
if
have to
you
stop.
are a
They're a
mage,
relic.
then
Days of
for
their
this
usefulness have
mission,
long
it's
since
not a
passed.
bad
The
idea
wardens
to bring
are a risk.
Cole,
Send them away before
Cassandra,
they cause even
and
more trouble.
Blackwall
Don't know
if
that
you're
we
a
can pass
mage.
judgment on the only folks
But
who
if
know how
you're
to
not
start
a
fights.
mage, then I would definitely consider bringing
Sweet
Cole
maker, could both of
and
you please shut up?
Solus.
We can argue once we've
But
escaped
I
from the
always
giant
feel
bear
like
demon.
not bringing Cassandra for this
Inquisitor.
mission is such a shame because her seeing the divine is really cool.
The nightmare has found us.
Form up.
I'm with you.
So this is a live fight. I'm just gonna sit back and let you watch it.
If you would, please tell Liliana. I am sorry. I failed you.
You will die in agony.
More victory!
You cannot stand against me. You are nothing.
They feed on fear!
I grow fat on your fear.
All right. That was aggressive. We fought hard. Now this right here was unexpectedly, well, you'll see. It's not supposed to be cut this way. I've been cutting out where I'm doing the dialogue choices,
need
you
to
know, to
clear
make
a
it more
path.
seamless.
Go.
But
I'll cover
this part
you.
right here,
No, you were right. The Grey Wardens caused this. A warden must...
A warden must help them rebuild. That's your job. Corypheus is mine.
Stroud.
that was
Inquisitor,
funnier while I was
has
editing.
been
Like
an
she
honor.
said that, and I was just like, "Nah, Shroud, you go." But you know what though? I also didn't understand how the reasoning was Corypheus's mind, and that ain't Corypheus. So how is staying there to die fighting that demon supposed to help you settle your score with Corypheus? How? I'm not saying that the sacrifice doesn't make any sense, like as far as the gesture and the sentiment, but Corypheus's mind is like not the argument you want to make right there, considering that you're about to like fail to fight Corypheus, you know. So you should be like, get Corypheus for me, or kick Corypheus in the ass
He's
for me
right.
before I go and fight
Without the
this
nightmare
giant
to control
spider
them, the mages
that
are
we
free and
all
Corypheus
know for
loses his
certain
demon
is if
army.
it's one thing, it's
Though as
not
far as they're all
Corypheus. That's all I'm
concerned,
saying.
the Inquisitor broke
Corypheus's
the spell with
mind
the...
just isn't the
Once
line
they
there.
understand what really
It's
happened,
No,
something else.
let them have
Run,
this.
shit.
Inquisitor, the archdemon flew off as soon as you disappeared. The
Okay,
Venatori
that
Magister is unconscious but
dude right
alive.
there,
Talon
that's
thought
the
you might wish to deal
model
with him yourself.
when we go all the way
As
back
for
to
the
Adamant
Wardens,
Fortress,
those
and
who
the
weren't
dude walked
corrupted
in,
helped
you're
us
all
fight the
supposed to be
demons.
changed,
We
and it
stand
says
ready
Night
to help
Captain
make
Dinner.
up
I'm
for
like,
the
that ain't
realm's
him.
tragic
That
mistake.
was who was
Where
under
is
that
Stroud?
helmet. Was that guy right there? That's the model they used.
Warden Stroud died,
I'll show
striking a
you Night
blow against
Captain
a
Dinner
servant
one of
of the
these
Blight.
days. He's still
We will
in the
honor his sacrifice
Skyhold
and
dungeons.
remember how he
Even
exemplified the
though
ideals of
I
the Grey
can't go
Wardens.
down to the
Even as
dungeons and
Corypheus
check
and
on
his
them and
servants
show
tried to
you,
destroy
I
you all
can
from
like
within.
take him on the throne, and
Inquisitor,
I think I
we
can
have no one
execute him.
left of any
Or
significant rank.
or if
What do we
not
do
me,
now?
I think
You stay
Alistair
and do
can
whatever you
not
can to
Alistair,
help.
Cullen
Stroud died
can
for the
execute him.
ideals of the Wardens. In war, victory. And we are still at war. Do you believe the Wardens can still help?
That helmet's
I
cool.
do, your worship.
You're still vulnerable to Corypheus, and possibly his Venatori. But there are plenty of demons that need killing.
After all that,
I haven't
you give
fully
them yet
recruited
another
Cole.
chance?
I don't see the
Are you
point since I'm
flinging
just
these
doing the
fools
dragon
at
thing.
demons now, my
But
dear?
Cole
Couldn't
doesn't
you
like
just
that
use
line.
rocks?
And if you bring
Well,
him
they do
for
that.
his
Alan
experience
forewarned that
in
Weishaupt what's
the
happened.
Fade,
Best
it's
they not
best
get
to
caught off guard.
send the
Thank
wardens
you, your
packing.
worship. We will not fail you.
Cole has a lot of stuff on the war table that unlocks
You've got a
stuff
lot more
about
blood
him and
ahead
his
of you.
connection to the game.
Fight well.
And to
And
be
take care of
honest,
Varric
Cole's
for me.
connection to the game is subtle and then really, really deep. And if you don't look into it, it doesn't.
Send me one final
It's
report.
easy to miss
She's on her way to
Cole's
Weishaupt.
everything. You can
As
like
for the
not
Grey
even
Wardens,
notice,
they
but
are
he has
fighting
a
demons
lot
in red
going
temples
on,
while staying
and
clear
there's
of
characters
Venatori.
and stuff, and a lot of backstory, a lot of cool stuff for Cole.
You dealt Corypheus
So
a
if you're
significant...
curious about
Grey
playing this
Wardens
game,
carry
I would
respect in other
definitely check
nations.
out
If we spread word that
this
the
game for the
Inquisition has
side
their support,
characters and your
We may
supporting
gain
cast,
standing with
because
nations
they
that
offer a
suffered
lot
under
of
the Blight.
extra
I will
gameplay.
take the matter to Josephine. You took an army from Corypheus, but that
So
will
I
matter
think this
little
video
if
is
Orlais
starting to
falls
wrap
into
up
chaos.
here.
We know the Venatori will strike.
Ooh, that's a
where can I
rough part
find the
right there
Empress?
where the
She is
cut
at
out
her
the
palace
dialogue
at Halam
wheel.
Shiral, in the Dales.
But this is
That is
also
no easy
one of
thing
the
to gain an audience with the
few
Empress.
times the game
We'll
really
have to
does point
discuss
you
the
in the right
best way to get
direction
you in.
next.
Speak with
I
us
haven't
when you are
actually
ready.
unlocked Halam Shiral, So if I was
What was she like?
if I was lost in the game at this point,
Divine Justine.
that would have
Or a
been
soul.
really, really
Or
helpful
the
because it
spirit that
just
took her
pointed
soul.
me to the next
I read your
phase of the
report.
game.
She seemed calm,
Yeah,
serene even, and she guided us the whole way through.
That does sound like her.
She did ask me to tell you something, though. She
but
said, I'm sorry.
it
I failed
is
you too.
Wednesday night, so day after tomorrow, we're going back to Hinterlands to
I should
fight
finish
that
this
dragon
before it slips
again.
my mind.
I thought I was gonna
Later we
get
might
some
discuss the matter
footage
further.
of the Winter Palace and Halam
Thank
Sharal.
you.
I don't know that I will, but I will have probably done it by the time I do the live stream on Friday. So you guys have a good night, and oh, there it is. Take care.